Now we just wait. Will anyone show up? Will anyone arrive? Hello, good morning. Hello, Victoria. How's everyone's week? Gonna give it just a second to see if anyone shows up, anyone comes in this morning. But it's feeling like a very lazy morning here in this house. Maybe everyone who's just waking up right now, slow to move. Hello, good morning. Or good day. Good morning. I went back to baby bangs at the salon yesterday. I think it was the right choice. There's something about my hair type and the humid air of Pittsburgh in summer that don't get along. Like the shorter they are, the better. It seems. As soon as I leave the house, in the house, obviously it's fine. The second the humidity reaches my hair, it's a whole different story. Hello, good morning. 3 p.m. in Ireland, and I'm still in bed. Okay, so that's just like the vibe today. We're just like chill vibes. My video seems to be on more of a delay than it was last week. So forgive me. Forgive me for being slow to respond, but that's just kind of where we are. I pulled I asked people on Instagram what they may want to see today. So I pulled some stuff out that they had suggested, and we're gonna pick from that. I'm not gonna start with eyeshadow, but I did make a poll ahead of time this time about the eyeshadows that people selected. So I'm just gonna start that. Feel free to vote as you come in. I'm gonna start working on some other stuff on my face. Um, Australia. It's midnight in Australia. Why in my head it's like Australia is 12 hours difference, but I guess it makes sense that it's a little bit more. A little bit more. It would have to be on the complete opposite side of the world. But thank you for joining. I'm sorry that this time is like not really conducive to the Australian market. I do apologize for that. I'm gonna start with my eyebrows. I'm just gonna keep using the stuff I've been using. And I was just thinking about this morning. I've been using this Unleashia pen gel since I went to visit Cam, and I believe that was in the end of March. This is lasting me quite some time, but also keep in mind I don't use it every day. So, but I have been impressed that it hasn't run out. And now I'm also wondering about the brow pencil, like how much longer I have time wise with it. But I still like this. I think I would buy this again. I probably should try the refi one just to like have a real opinion to see like how close it is, because it's like clearly a dupe or inspired by, or maybe the other way around. The refi one was inspired by this one, but I just want to know. And it doesn't feel like I'm flying through brow products, but that's just because I'm not doing it every day. Oh no, it looks stop motion. I'm sorry. Is it looking stop motion for everyone? It looks good on my end, online as well, because I have it like going just to check. Because if it is, then I can edit some things and like I can jump back on if that's the case. We haven't really gotten going yet, so we can still fix this. There's still time. Video's good there. Okay. Have you ever tried the Rare Beauty gel ones? I don't remember if you've mentioned them before. They're not high rated, but they're amazing. The eyebrow gel or gel eyebrow pencils. I think the thing is, I'm not Rare Beauty doesn't interest me in any capacity. Like I just like don't care about that brand. That brand launched, I think it launched in 2020. Like it launched amidst the like lockdown. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm fairly certain that's the case. And then whenever we came back, the rules were so strict about like color matching and like not actually putting store product on people. It was a very frustrating launch. So maybe that is my personal vendetta against Rare Beauty is that it launched during the pandemic. And maybe that's why I never cared about One Size or Makeup by Mario. They all launched around the same time in Sephora. For the brow pencil, I'm using this Morphe Micro Brow Pencil. It's in the shade Latte. It's the best eyebrow gel. This is all news to me. I saw a Marvel themed burlesque yesterday in Couch America. Bucky Barnes' new Dirty Dancing lift itched fun parts of my brain. I'd like to see that. Kelly, you live in Palm Springs, right? Do you still live in Palm Springs? I gotta get back there. I need to go like with my by myself. Well, not with my, I don't have to go by myself, but I need to go back there and like do some more stuff outside. Cause like when I went with Crater and Friends, it was really fun, but like it didn't feel like I really got a real taste for Palm Springs. I'd like to go back and be a queer person. Not that I wasn't queer when I was there, but go back and do some like queer things with a little guidance. Like I was just going in not knowing what Palm Springs was like. The brow, just a brow. It's like a brow gel with hold. I don't know. I'm not. I have not. I think what my secret hope is that I just don't want to become fussy with my brows because I think it just makes my life easier. Like I'm willing to try some brow products to see like what I really like, but like it's interesting exploring. I guess like a new product category to me, having not had eyebrows for like the last 5 years, and having them again. And the last time I bought brow products, I was really consuming way too much and buying way too much. And I feel like with this like new category to my mind, I don't want to be like, I need to find the best in it. Like whatever works is gonna be sufficient because most of my makeup collection when I was buying everything that came out was like based on trying to find the best thing. And that's like, I don't need to do that. And that's like the mindset I'm carrying through with this. Oh, and the Rare Beauty has a good shade range. Noted. I love to hear that. They've been pretty good about shade ranges, I feel, even from launch. Good morning. Good morning, everyone who's rolling in. Kristen, good morning. Do I like my brows today? Or do I have to let go and let God? These are the things that I'm thinking this morning. I think I just need to tweeze them. I think it's the reality. I do, but you saw it in LA. Okay. I'd love to take you around my town. If I come back, I sang a gig with a queen last week and Shabbat at the Jewish temple this week. And has anyone else been to Palm Springs that's here in the chat today? Because it's really interesting place. But like as someone who's like lived on the east or like in the Midwest most of my life, that whole like desert world is so foreign to me. Um Okay, so someone had requested that I use the Auric Glow Less today since Auric has closing. This is still my first bottle of Auric Glow Less that I bought during my budget year. That's how long I've had it. And I don't even know. I think I'm about halfway done with it. I did have the moment where I was like, this brand is closing. I should panic buy one more. And it's like, I don't even use it that much. So it's not that I don't like the product. I've been more into, I haven't really been wearing highlighter. I'm going to use this as primer today, actually. And then I have a more matte foundation that I'm going to put on top of it. But yeah, here's the thing about Auric. I feel sad that it's closing. I feel bad for Sam. It doesn't surprise me also. Like, it's not, I don't know. I'm not to be rude. It's just like, I think because Sam was trying to do something different, and I think she was really trying to do it, I guess, quote unquote, the right way, like, and making products that she was interested in that might not be good for the market. But the problem with making stuff that like aren't gonna have mass appeal, like eyeshadow palettes, or I don't know. I just feel like that is the problem because our products are beautiful. Even the ones I didn't like, I thought there was still like thought and care put into them. But I don't know. I don't know what they could have put out to like possibly have like saved them from the fate of closing. But I also just think I think they mentioned tariffs on the Auric post, and I think we're still not seeing all the way through the ramifications of the US tariffs. Obviously, it's different, but if your main market, and unfortunately, it does feel like a lot of brands' main market is the United States with all the crazy stuff that our government is doing at any given time to make it really hard to be a small business. It's like I'm surprised that there aren't smaller businesses that have also come to this conclusion as well. It's far too hot right now. Yeah. Well, when I was there, it was like a heat wave in September. It was like 110 and 120 each day I was there. Hi, Lizzie. You asked, how does the Unleash brow gel compare to others you've tried? It's the first brow gel really that I've tried since I've had eyebrows again. I don't know how new you are to the channel, but I had shaved my brows for 5 years. And I don't really remember a lot about the brow product. I remember using brow powder a lot before and not really brow gels. I had one from Merit NPR that when my brows started growing back that I tried using and I didn't like that one. And I also have the one from Make Beauty, which I like better and it's tinted, but I find it quite messy. So I like the Unleasha one because it's clear and it has really good hold and it holds through even the sweatiest of days. Did you see something about an EU regulation about packages and new fees, etc.? I did see that. I was watching Jen Love's What's Up in Makeup this morning, like literally right before I hit record, like I hit start recording here. And she explains it better. I don't really know all of the ins and outs of that. I don't feel very studied in that to be speaking on it. I think or it could have been like Vive Cosmetics, but Sam didn't have the same drive to put out a ton of products that just pass through the community and are forgotten. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, but Vive's in a completely different market. Vive is mostly, I think, selling to like the UK and the EU, and Sam was mostly selling to the United States and Canada, maybe. But like, I know that everything was in the United States. Like the business was all through the US. So I don't really know all the details of that. Like, I don't really know if that's a fair comparison because they're fighting different battles at that point. Because I think there are people in the US who use Vive. I have some Vive products, but it's like, I wouldn't say it's a massive brand here. I think Surratt is closing. No recent activity on socials. No new product. No products on their website. Half their products are sold out where you can buy them, and the rest are on sale. So sad. Um, yeah, I feel that way. Obviously, I really like their foundation, but I don't know. I don't really care. Because I think a lot, whenever they did the last sale they did, a lot of people were like, do you think they're closing? And it's like, we're all going to be okay. It's makeup. We'll find other favorites. We will live. And I don't know. Maybe if it was 2 years ago, I would care a lot more, but I've felt a lot more blase. about the business aspects of the beauty space, because I think learning more about the business aspects of the beauty space is what has pushed me further and further away from like wanting to be more involved in it. Meaning like as a creator, as someone who can like actually buys makeup, to make it makes it a lot less fun for me. Using the Exit color corrector in Peach, the Kosas color corrector in Magic as well. Welcome to your first live, Hannah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Do you ever just have those moments where you're like, what was I doing? I like lost the plot there for a second. It's like, I know I'm live, but what's the next step? It's to grab a brush. It's to grab a brush and blend all of this concoction on my face out to cover as best we can this stubble. I have so much product that all brands can stop now and I'll be fine for a lifetime. I think the only thing that, if that happened, I would have certainly enough eyeshadow until my passing day. I think other things would run out. It would take a long time, but like, I guess even foundation. But if at that point, I don't know. If I was sticking to one foundation, I would need to update it. Like I would need to find something to replace it. But that's not the reality in which I live. Currently, I have so many foundations available to me inside my home. Also, fun fact, now that I shave more, I find that like I don't really like it, but I like the way it looks. But the other thing that I've noticed is like it's much harder to shave like the day after shaving than it is to like wait a few days to shave again. It just like is a much more pleasant experience if I have like a little more growth to shave. Is that common? If that does that happen with legs? Does it happen with people who shave their legs? Is that the same thing? Although I guess most people, if I'm thinking about people I've been in conversations with about shaving legs, is most people don't shave them every day, or they only shave the portion of their legs that are going to be visible. Wow, or glow loss as a primer does really slap. I don't really wear my face super glowy like this much anymore, but wow, you can't deny the glow. You can't deny it. I don't think I'll ever run out of brown and purple lipsticks. Brown and purple lipsticks. Purple lipsticks. Have a to have a plethora of purple lipsticks is interesting to me. Okay, I think we're gonna do eyeshadow before we get. Well, maybe we'll do eyeshadow at the end. But keep voting on it. You guys have time. Keep voting on it. Keep voting on it. I'm just gonna keep doing complexion. For my under eye concealer today, I'm gonna use this one from Chanel. This one that Cam bought me. It's the Sublimage Le Corrector U in the shade 02. I do like this concealer. I'm not really buying from Chanel anymore. Um, but it's good. I don't know that it's worth how expensive it is. It's nice. That's how I feel about it. It's nice, but I don't think I would. It's not so nice. Like there's something about the Victoria Beckham one that like really does it for me. I also mostly wear this one as a foundation, but I'm gonna wear a different foundation because I think that I have a lot of trouble controlling how much product I get out of this because it's in a jar. I always feel like I use too much, which is why I normally use it as a foundation because it's like, here's this little pot of $120 concealer. It's like, I don't want to waste any of it. But I don't want to just let it go to waste. So if I put too much out, I had to put it all over my face. Those are the rules that I have made up for myself. Do you think about laser hair removal on your face? I have, but like only like recently. Um there is actually there's a place in Pittsburgh. It's called like Inclusive Aesthetics, and their whole thing is like uh, for for people who have like gender stuff going on. That's like what the whole thing is. I mean, I'm fairly certain if you just want to go there for any service, you can, whether or not you're like a queer person, but it's supposed to be like a safe place for queer people to get those kind of treatments done. So I've been looking into that. I also thought I was like, do I be brave and bold? And I'd be like, I'm an influencer, I'm queer, and I'm in the area. If you ever do influencer outreach, like I would, that's one thing that I would be like, I would do service for promotion. Like I wouldn't want payment for that. I would just like take it all, take all the hair off. I think that's a good way to feel about brands closing. I need to learn to quell the instinctive fear inside me that wants to panic buy backups. I'll use what I have. And yeah, there's always going to be more makeup. And if you think about it, if you like, let's say you do buy a bunch of backups, and let's say you buy enough foundation to like last a couple of years, the formulations are going to evolve and just be better because like they have to be a few years after a product is discontinued. And that's why a lot of old products get refreshed after a certain point, even if they are super popular. It's just like the makeup tech moves past that. So like I do believe that one day I will like a foundation better than the Surratt Dewdrop foundation. I haven't found it yet, but I'm also not on the hunt for it either. And I also have other foundations I like a lot that I'm willing to wear while I'm on the journey to find the perfect one for me as well. For foundation today, I'm wearing the Fenty Soft Lit foundation. I don't wear this one too much. In the shade 125, which it's been a minute since I've worn this, but I believe it's a good match. Where I see more chat about, good morning, Kelsey. More chat about buying backups being like, do you like trying new things? I guess is also another thing because this kind of opens you up to try a bunch of new stuff. Although I still think the hunt for like quote unquote the perfect product is a futile one. I think if you find a good one along the way, it's worth using up and finishing before you continue the hunt. Because then you're just spending a bunch of money on stuff you're not using all the way through and finishing. And as assuming you're a normal person without a reason to need that much product, like you're not a makeup artist or you're not a content creator who does a lot of comparisons of formulas and stuff, it's like, why would you want to have all of that on hand? It just feels like it's taking up space in your life and your mind. You don't need makeup to be doing that. It's just not it. It's just not the way. Good morning, Erin. Where in the world is Erin today? Are you home or are you out and about? Because I feel like you're always somewhere. I say hair removal didn't work on my PCS mustache. I get sugared instead of waxed at an inclusive place. P.S. Duh. And love it anywhere. Brazilian. I don't, sugaring, I know it, I know the practice. I also feel like a lot of places in my area do it. It's like, it's waxing or lasering. Um, but like the only way to really get like the hair removed permanently, my understanding is electrolysis. But because I'm AMAB, they would rather you do like a bunch of laser hair removal before doing electrolysis because of how painful it is. And having some less hair is better than going in with like your full, the full full force with what you have. My 2 cents, a $50 backup in the closet is $50 I can't put towards another goal. So no. I'm with a man in Palm Springs. Guys, we're all in a everyone's in Palm Springs today. I should be in Palm Springs. I should be in Palm Springs. Okay. Here we are. I'm gonna contour with Omen from Ritual de Fille. And then someone did request a specific bronzer, but it's a powder, so I'll have to put it on after I powder. I cleaned my brushes this weekend. If you didn't see that on Instagram, I'm very proud of myself. I think the last time I cleaned my brushes was when I got home from New York in March. Yikes. Big, big time yikes. We're looking so glowy. Thanks to thank you, Glow Lust. I haven't been this glowy in a while. Remember whenever like my desired look was glass skin in like 2022? Oh, the tides have turned. Now I don't even like really super wear a highlight a ton. I do occasionally, but like she has not been this glowy in a minute. So weedy. I don't know if electrolysis works with PCOS, but I think that's a good question. If you just want to seek that out. You did laser first, then moved to electrolysis after about 10 sessions with laser, and it's been amazing. Yeah. Lately, are we all into matte skin, or is it just me and Emily? I don't really like super flat skin. I still like there to be some glow, but I prefer for it to be a little more concentrated. But yeah, I like in my free time, we're playing with makeup. It's fine. But like I probably wouldn't use Glow Lust as a primer these days. But I like didn't really want to put it on top of my makeup today, so I was like, let's just use it as a primer. Let's just do that because we can, and we did. We thought that you thought laser hurt more. Interesting. I'm wondering if it's because by the time you ended up doing electrolysis that like the laser had done the brunt of the work and it was like maybe a little easier peasier. We request, can you say hi to my 8-year-old son Valerian? He doesn't believe that I'm watching a live video. Hi, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Hi, Valerian? Valerian, that seems right. Valerian? Hi, good morning. Very early for you over there, too. Oh, Aaron asks, are there any new launches that you're excited for? No. No. There what something came out that I had questions about. There's that new brand that's sold at Beautylish and the pans look like Natasha, it's like they look like Natasha Denona 5 pans. And I thought, huh, interesting. But I didn't look further into it. Um Having talked to Hindash, I know he's cooking up something, but I also haven't seen it, but I know what it is. So I'm excited about that. But the lovely thing about being connected with Hindash is I don't know that he's going to make me pay for that. So that might just like come my way. Oh, I have been trying this. I was gonna buy this, and then the brand offered to send me one. So it's the Kulfi Lassie Lips Matte Blur Lip Stain. And I got the shade Earl Grey because look at the cap. When I saw this cap, I was like, oh, that looks like a color I might like. It's actually, it wears and feels more like a liquid lipstick. It doesn't feel like a stain to me, but I like it. It's pretty, but it is as desaturated. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my camera lies. It does look desaturated and gorgeous on the skin, which I was surprised by because everything so always wants to like pull warmer on me than like advertised. But it had good staying power. I've worn it a couple times. I like, actually, I prefer, they also sent one of these. I really like this. This is their lip stain liner. This is great. I like it. It's nice and creamy, but it does stay, which I appreciate. Love that. Love, 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 love. Is there anything else that's come out that I like really care about? No. I have really stopped paying attention to new makeup releases. And something that is hard about being a content creator who wants to talk about beauty but in a responsible way and not promote beauty stuff all of the time is like now that I have like fully stepped away from like paying attention to all of the new makeup releases, I still follow Makeup on Your Radar. It's like I see it a lot less, and then therefore that fervor of wanting is just not there anymore. Like and like something could be, I don't even know, what are people talk what's the hot product right now? Someone tell me. I like don't even think I know. Like I don't even know what the hot product is right now. Um, Hormones change my skin a lot. I used to be a bit oily, now I'm very dry. So I love glowing. That makes a lot of sense. That's what I've heard about. Estrogen can do that. I have an Ancient Mac Hyper Real Glow Highlighter Trio, more of a low-key satin type of highlighter that I'm really liking in the past 6, 7 years. Oh, after the last 6, 7 years of colorful, glittery highlights, yeah. You thought the same thing? Does anyone know what the brand is? The Natasha Denona copycat? The Earl Grey shade is really pretty of the matte scene. I'm so tired of the beauty launches. They're all trying to dupe K beauty, but making something new, making something look new and innovative. I have a new subscriber. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks, Valerian. Thanks for subscribing. Like, comment, subscribe, hype. I don't know. Can you hype a live? I have no idea. That's how much I pay attention to what I'm doing. Just like, we're here. We're doing it. We're chilling. Is it the Lena Chu? That sounds right. Because I think I saw it because I opened up a Beautylish email. And then I saw it on Instagram later. I haven't been in Ulta or Sephora since June. It's been better for the little crow in my brain that likes new shiny things. I think that's really it. I think if you have the wherewithal to remove yourself from like email blasts and I also watch a lot less beauty content. All of my friends who do beauty content, I'm still rooting for them, but I don't care to watch. And that has nothing to do with them. It's more just like the matter of where I'm at in beauty. So I also feel like it now feels really special when something catches my eye. It's like, oh, maybe I should be paying attention to this thing. But it just hasn't happened. I haven't like I'm always kind of interested in like what Farah Hamidi's doing, even though I have not liked a singular product I've tried from her in a way that I think it has been worth it. Um, Someone requested that I use Garcon in today's live, so we're going to do that. This is Garcon from Westman Atelier. Mine's depotted. So we're going to put that on. We'll keep that in mind as we choose eyeshadows. I'll keep that in mind whenever I look at how the eyeshadow poll is doing, because I haven't looked the whole time. but I'm aware that it is still up and still there. Oh, I did get I got something pre-launch that is really exciting, but I can't talk to you about it at all. It's an embargo, but some of you will be very excited about that. I knew, but you'll be excited about it. A lot of you will be excited by it, by the colors, and you'll really like it. So I can't wait for you guys to see that, but I can't talk about it yet. Keep your eyes peeled though. It's coming. I think we have agreed that it is the Lena Chu palettes. I'd never heard of the brand, but the palettes launched on Beautylish. They are quince. Yeah, the colorways were interesting. I think that was what piqued my interest. But the other thing about colorways is like, I have enough eyeshadows probably to do any colorway I would want if I really desired to do it. It's just being presented in such a way. I wouldn't hate it if you hold on to your favorite Surratt Dewdrop foundation and did comparisons if they got a business because you do the most thorough foundation reviews ever. Yeah, I haven't done a foundation review in quite some time, but I'm ready to, I need to film. I thought I was gonna have more time this weekend, but I forgot that my cousin's son's graduation party was yesterday because I planned on filming a review of like so much stuff that was in my testing drawer. I have all of the swatch footage filmed. I just need to like film the sit down part, and I also need to get footage of like wear testing to finish that out. I've also been working on a video in response to that one community post. I've been scripting that one. That one's also going to be a little bit more work. But what has helped with these live streams is they let me feel like I'm still connected without like producing edited content all the time. And I really like that. So I am considering doing these weekly, if anyone's into that. And also, for sure, I'm doing one next Sunday because I will not be here 2 Sundays from now. So we'll do that again. And that has been helpful and like has let me feel like a little more grounded in the pacing of my output. I don't know. That's been helpful. Anyway, I'm still working this bottle of Surratt Dewdrop foundation, this one that I decanted. It's years old, but I still use it. I just use it very sparingly, and I have a backup. So this was everything was sent to me in PR from Surratt, but I have a backup. So if they should go out of business soon, I will be good for a while, considering the rate at which I use the Surratt Dewdrop foundation is minimal. Aren't the TikTok used buying the new Tarte contour stilo? Yeah, I heard about that in passing. I don't pay attention to Tarte. I don't really care about what Tarte's doing, but I did hear that that's a thing. I think I want a little more blush because we are gonna powder and that's gonna take some of the effect away. I've been spending way more time looking at books I want to read through the library instead, and I still get the wish list excitement. Did anyone else? I recently finished the audiobook of Lena Dunham's Fame Sick. That was the most depressing 5 days I've ever gone through. It's such a sad book. It's so sad. And I don't know. I still feel how I feel about Lena Dunham, but it contextually provided a lot of what she was going through in the girls' days, and that was really interesting as a fan of girls. The only thing I'm currently interested in trying this new Catrice gel to powder mattifying thing. I'm very curious. I know that Mally Beauty had something similar, but it was very expensive. I thought Mally Beauty was drugstore, but I like never really paid much attention to Mally Beauty. I thought they were drugstore. I'll have to look into that. I don't really know what, I don't know what you're talking. I don't even have like an idea of what that, is it primer? Medicube mentioned in chat. I don't know how I feel about the PDRN of it all, but if anyone wants to learn more about PDRN, I always recommend her channel. Alice in the Rabbit Hole, that's my girl. I turn to her when I don't know what's going on with skincare. I'm like, you explain it to me. You explain it to me. You know better. I'm using the Wet n Wild pink powder for my under eyes. Sorry, I just like moved on without saying what I was doing. I'm so into the chat right now. so into the chat. I'm just like on autopilot. I need to find something to replace my interest in makeup products. I have enough of everything for just one normal person. I've seen Mally on QVC, but I don't think I've ever seen it in the drugstore. What am I confused? I'm confusing Mally with something. I'm thinking of Lottie London. That's what I'm confusing it with. I'm like, but I never bought anything from Lottie London. So Mally Beauty, I don't really know anything about Mally Beauty, but they're on QVC. Those QVC brands, I think they do really well for themselves, it seems. Oh yeah, everything is expensive. Everything is expensive in Australia. That's true. That's true. Whenever the beauty news girls would say the prices of stuff on their end, I'm like, yeah, no wonder no one's ever going to buy a Pat McGrath palette in Australia if they're like 200 some odd dollars. Something that has pissed me off, I don't really feel like making content about it. I saw Critical Beauty was talking about the new Louis Vuitton quads. They jumped in price like $120. They went from being like, how much were they? They were like 220 and now they're like 360. Get fucked. Like, what are we even talking about anymore? For a quad? No way. Get fucked. It's too much. Oh, it's just a mattifying powder. The only thing I remember about Lottie London is that Kelly Gooch really liked one of their, well, maybe it was their only mascara. She really liked their mascara. But she needed to use a lash separator, which I didn't even know was a thing until I saw her use it. And then I was like, that's a scary thing. Any eyelash tool that isn't a mascara wand scares me. I'm using the end of my Givenchy powder. Well, I don't think it's the last. I think I still have a couple more uses, but we are literally almost completely gone of that. What I will say in regards to the launch of the Louis Vuitton beauty of it all, it does not seem that other luxury brands have tried to raise their prices to meet them, which, I mean, not that I trust any luxury brand or whatever, but like it was nice that like the other brands were like, you guys can do that. We're not we're not going to follow suit. I have to replace an obsession makeup with a new one. I'm trying to get native plants to replace my yard to hold as my new obsession. I mean, that seems like that could be really good, worth your time. And not that, like, I'm not saying anyone who's like here and like loves makeup and is still very interested in new launches or whatever. You're allowed to have an interest in makeup. But I think me and a lot of my audience, we like all tried to move away from it, and then I think a a good group of my followers have all moved on to something else or moved past makeup in the way we were once interested in it, which doesn't make you liking makeup bad. I want to make that clear because I think I'm wondering if I've been coming off as like thinking about makeup and liking makeup is stupid. It's not. It's just the amount that I care about it has changed a lot. But I still like wearing it and I still love putting it on and I still love hanging out with you guys while we talk about it. It's the best. I've never tried Lottie mascara. It sounds crazy. I like their Freck dupe. Has anyone tried? I still want to try the Bobble freckle pen that Rudy Berry did. I still want to try it. I've never bought it. That's like one of those products that's like one day it will fall into my lap and I won't have to work hard to get my hands on it. I also, when I wash my brushes, one of my scrubbing mats had a weird goop on it and I could not figure out what that goop was. And now I think I need to wash this brush again because look at it. I don't know what happened there. It's like so gross. But it was like the texture of Vaseline and it like this was the first brush I washed on that mat and I think it just sucked up whatever that was. Really yucky, really gross. Yeah, it does seem like the other luxury brands were like, okay, girl, go ahead and try. But I don't know. I don't know. It's it's crazy. Someone also requested that I use Grisaille today. I don't use Grisaille as a contour. I use it as a bronzer, but this is from Surratt. This was PR. And I'm gonna use it as bronzer today. It's a nice, cool bronzer, cool toned bronzer for me. I have the freckle product from Glisten and I really like it. I really like them and they have a good shade range too. I never even thought about like freckle products having a shade range, but that makes sense. Although I don't organically produce freckles and my skin really very rarely sees the sun and when it does it has SPF on it. So this is just the color that I am. So how would one go about picking out a freckle pen if you don't have organic freckles to go off of? I don't really know. Good morning, Nicole, Majestic Beast. I got my haircut yesterday, as I said earlier, but in case you weren't here when I said that, and my hairstylist, she was like, I started trying a new brand for skincare, but I think it's like medical grade. I know I can't remember the name, but she said it was so simple. She said it, and I said I never heard of that, and that's because I don't know. Whenever I haven't heard of a skincare brand, I'm like, girl, I'm using Prequel and my $80 Dew Skin moisturizer. That's it. That's it. That's where I'm at with skincare, unless I'm testing something. That's Grisaille. Wow. Okay, we really mattified the face down. Boots. I also had to explain. I tried. Oh, guys, I was trying to explain the gay term boots to my brother and his girlfriend yesterday in the car, and I did such a piss poor job. And now I'm like, do I even know what boots means? Because I was talking about the Zara Larson verse on Stateside, and I was like, because I was watching. This story's too layered. I'm so sorry that I started talking about it. But I was watching Mike the Snare. He was talking about the songs of summer. The song came up, and the way he said "boots," that's my ego boost, while like referencing the lyric. A very straight man saying that really sent me into a spiral, and I thought it was like the funniest thing I'd heard all day. And they were like, "I don't understand what is boots," and I said, "Oh, like the house down boots," and they were like, "Sorry, what's the house down boots?" And I said, "You know what? I don't think I can have this conversation with you." I went for the lightest cool shade that matches my natural freckles, but I would have done that with that shade regardless. And no, because I have had the exact same conversation about stateside and boots. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. I I feel very seen. I feel very heard right now. I was like, how do I explain boots to a straight person? But the thing is, I had to learn the context of it somewhere. But for me to explain the context, a lot of this lingo, just like, I just feel like it enters your life and like you don't remember the first time you heard it, but you are now saying it with confidence and ease as if you know what it is. I don't know that I do. Boots, the house down boots. Boots, that's my ego boost. Anyway, go watch that Mike the Snare. It's like his video about the song of the summer 2026. It is a good video if you like music, but then also just to hear him say boots, that's my ego boots. In fact, I might clip it and put it on my Instagram later so we can watch it because it really fucking sent me into a spiral. It reminds me of when Katy Perry said wig to that kid. Well, to be fair to Katy, which I don't always feel as though I need to be fair to Katy Perry, he said it first. He said wig. And then she said wig. And yeah, you're right. And then the two straight judges, the two straight men were like, wig. And I felt that. She felt that. We all felt that. Wig. Okay. I think we're to eyeshadow. Do I want to put another highlighter on top of Glow List even though I powdered? Let me put some of... Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm going to put... I haven't worn the Gucci one in a while. I would like to wear that, I think. My depotted Gucci highlighter. I don't remember. Wait, hold on. Oh, I taped it to the back. What's the shade? Opal pink. I do not wear makeup every day. No, no, no. No, mostly because my job starts at 6 in the morning and I'm sleeping as long as I can. I work from home. I said that before. I work from home for my 9 to 5. But my 9 to 5 is actually a 6 to 2:30. And it's work from home and we don't have to be on camera. And we very rarely have meetings for my role in this company. So no, I don't. But I do force myself when I'm doing like wear testing and stuff, I do put makeup on throughout the week just to like make sure I understand a product and how it works over time is my typical thing. But like when I'm not doing that, most of the time I'm not. So I wear makeup when I leave the house, anytime I leave the house. Now, I didn't always do that, but I do that now. And when I'm filming and on my streams, so whether it's this one or the ones I've been doing over on Twitch. Okay. I think it's time for eyeshadow. Okay, let's see. Let me end the pool. The pool. It looks like the Indie Magnetic Singles one. We might still use this for the mattes, depending on what shade I pick. I'm gonna put the other eyeshadow in my way. Keep that out too. I don't know. This week, I think I learned that a lot of people did not watch my last declutter. Not that I expect anyone to keep track of my makeup collection, but people were like requesting things that I was like, that's been gone for a while. I don't remember when I got rid of it, but like I haven't had that for a while. So here's what my indie shadows, well, I have some more that are in compacts as well, but like this is what it's looking like. This is it. So I think I want to do something purple. Well, I don't know. I don't feel as though the blush is really pushing us in cool nor warm territory. I think we can kind of get away with anything. So I don't know that there really are rules, but basically what we got here is like a row of Natasha Denona Depots, Cleona's singles, and then these are from a quad that Cleona put out. And then these are New Pores bellabeautébar singles. And then I have one from Odin's Eye. And this is a really old Pat McGrath eyeshadow called Pale Fire that I really like. Then, hold on, let me look at the single compacts I have. I know I have at least one shade from Terra Moons. Of course, I have Ice Blink. That's still around. Not Ice Blink, and I also have the one from the Vampire palette that I can't remember the name of. Whatever this is. I don't even know what this is. Whatever that shade is. I think I have like Mocha Twilight. What's the one? This is Ice Blink. And that's from Riley's collection with SD, Shine by SD. I think these are Glaminatrix singles. All of them are in Glaminatrix packaging, but I think they're all some of them are Glaminatrix. Like, that might be Glaminatrix. I don't know what it is. But this is Terra Moon's Mocha something. It has a hard pan in it. I have a wet and dirty job. I can't wear a stitch of makeup for work. I don't know. It kind of eases the process though, not having to do makeup. Like, if you felt like the need to wear makeup every day, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that can also build resentment towards the fun activity. Sorry, I absolutely did not make it to that one. Yeah, no, my declutters are big and long, and that's okay that you are watching them. That wasn't like a everyone was so rude not to watch. I don't expect anyone to know my my makeup collection. But like, it was all stuff people were doing a really good job picking stuff that I hadn't used in a really long time. But the reason I hadn't used it in a really long time is because I no longer have it. um, um, I feel like last year Riley popped up on her close friends real quick to be like, "I'm alive and well," and that's I think the last time I heard uh from Riley. But you know, having been in the makeup creator game for a while, I understand. I understand like why she needed to step away from it and step back from it. I also think something that isn't really talked about on YouTube because this really isn't the place to hash it out. But having been adjacent to the indie eyeshadow space on Instagram specifically, it is quite toxic feeling, even tertiarily. It's like there's a lot going on in that space all the time. And that was like Riley's primary space. She was on YouTube towards the end of what she was doing, but it feels scary over there sometimes. Um, I think I don't want to look super crazy, so I don't think I'm gonna pick anything super colorful. Pale Fire I have not used in a very long time, so maybe we could use Pale Fire. I think I do want to use some of the mattes from the Charlotte Tilbury palette just to like give it a little bit of something to rest its little head on. But yeah, let's do that. That sounds good to me. And then I'm gonna use the Ulta matte primer today. Hi Bella. We're just playing with makeup. Not a lot going on. Not we're working on eyeshadow now. That's really it. That's all you missed. No tea. No tea, no shade. We've just had conversations. Oh, I also was saying that as like people were recommending stuff that I had decluttered a long time ago, and so that's why everyone's talking about my declutter videos right now because I was like, it seems like no one was paying attention as dramatically. I know no one needs to watch any content that they don't want to. We also talked about the context of the term boots. If you want to get into that, that one we still don't have a definitive answer on. But it seems like we all have gone through the same psychosis about boots and wig. What's a HAUTEMESSTOM live stream like? Boots wig. The house down boots wig. Yes, Mama Slay. Hunty. I'm gonna film that soon. I promise I'm filming the Farah Hamidi thing soon. I promise. The B-roll's already it just I thought I was gonna have more time this weekend. And I understand I bought all of that in March. I'm just taking my time. Taking my time spiraling. Taking my time and spiraling. Boots the shoe. Boots the boots thing is, I can't explain it to you because we didn't come to it. We didn't come to a conclusion about what it actually means. Okay, so I'm gonna use the mattes in the Charlotte Tilbury palette. These mattes are so good. The fact that she's never like circled back to this matte formula is like deeply upsetting to me because I was like, I would want more eyeshadows in that formula. I'm just gonna use, I think, the lightest and the second lightest shade, and that will conclude my usage of this palette in this look. I feel like all of that is in house ballroom culture. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, but we were trying, yeah, the thing was we were trying to figure out like what does that mean to us in this moment? What does it mean to Zara Larsson, Swedish person? And what does it mean? Good morning, Glow Fashions. Good morning, good morning. Boots, boots, boots. Next time we talk to Riley, let her know we appreciate all the gorgeous content she shared and that we wish her well. I will. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if she responds to DMs. Like if I reached out. I don't even, maybe she doesn't even use Instagram anymore, like for her own personal reasons either. Um but yeah, I mean obviously I always hope she's well. She was a really great creator. It's sad that she doesn't want to do anymore, but also I understand the want to or need to move on from it as well. Sorry, blending eyeshadow hones in a lot more focus for me than tapping on blush or bronzer. Um, I can think about the time you hinted that Hand Dash Me One Day Graceless with a third palette haunts me. Um, I don't know if they're called the Future Matte. I I know that people didn't like this palette. I really love this palette. It works. I don't know. Maybe sometimes you just find that like people use makeup differently than you, and then that's why they don't like things. But like, I like these mattes because they apply very softly, but you can get them to build really well, and they go on blended. I don't know how else to describe it. There's just like no work involved, and that's an eyeshadow formula I can get behind. They just do it. I've never had longevity issues with it either, so I don't know. I don't know if I remember. I don't remember what people didn't like about it. They didn't really like the shimmers, which I do like well, I like all the shimmers except for this one. It's fine, but the other shimmers are better. Not my favorite shimmer formula either, but as a palette, it all works together really well for me. They kind of feel like cream eyeshadows. The Future Matte. They feel kind of like cream shadows. Okay, let's use Pale Fire. This was from, I believe, I might be incorrect in this, the Pat McGrath palette, the 6-pan that had the pink outer packaging, the La Vie en Rose palette. Me really racking my brain for former Pat McGrath knowledge. I am going to put down, I don't think it's necessary, but I'm going to quickly put down the Pixie Epoxy. It's not a super shimmery shade. It's definitely more of a satin. We might choose to punch it up, but we'll see. Bye, Emily. I hope the house is gorge. I hope it's gorge, and I hope if you put an offer in, it's accepted. Not that that would all happen today, but we're rooting for you over here in the HAUTEMESSTOM live chat. I'm just gonna use my finger to apply it because why not? Who cares? This shade has lasted through so many declutters. obviously, since it's like, I think I bought it in 2019. Like it was, that's when I bought the palette it was in. But this shade always resonated as very special to me. And I'm putting it on right now and it is still resonating as special. It's like red, orange, but then it shifts like purple, pink. I don't think we're going to be able to get it on camera, but it's really pretty. Very soft, though. For especially for like how much sparkle I tend to like to wear. Every occasion that I have to wear eyeshadow is also an occasion that I am running late behind. So my criteria for eyeshadow is that it needs to be less than 1 minute to get it done. Otherwise, I won't get any use. That's fair to me. Sounds like you, well, if you liked this might be a formula you would have liked. But she's never put it out again. And I also know that Charlotte Tilbury has only been digging her own grave in the makeup space these days. She needs to like not be a public persona. That's my opinion on Charlotte Tilbury. Because I mean, a lot of her products are great, but they're not as great as she seems to think that they are. Which is the rub. That's the problem what most people have with her. That's like, yeah, I will buy the dupe. But also like with people like her and other brand owners, like, you know, Michaela Noguera. Well, I don't know if she's technically the owner, but like the problem is the reason that people don't want to buy from them is because they're associated with it and they run their mouths and they dig themselves into graves and they have controversies. And it's like, if you weren't doing all that, no one would care and people would still buy your products and you wouldn't be fighting this uphill battle, is what it feels like to me. But this is my opinion. I'm going to come close. I'm going to stand up and zoom in, get close to the camera so you can see this eyeshadow shade. Because it is actually so stunning. I'm also going to turn off my lights and then we'll do, it's not going to be sparkle, but I think you might see this shift a little bit better. Maybe. I can't tell. I'm working with what I'm working with. Let's recombobulate the camera for a second. Hellfire was originally in the suburbs of Livy and Rose. Yes, that's what I think that's why. Did I say that? Did I say something different? I don't recall. And I also had the single. And Tiff actually has the single. I miss her doing, I know that people were kind of mean about her single eyeshadows, but like that's still how I would prefer to interact with her stuff. I don't love Charlotte Tilbury, but I think but I would love a drag impersonation of her. There's a TikTok I have saved to my phone. One, there was a drag performer that has done Charlotte Tilbury, and it's very funny. And I think if you just YouTube, it's like a 10-minute video. I can't remember her name. It's there. It's very funny. And then there's also there was a person that was like kind of making fun of her like weird lisp, and it was so funny. I'll have to. Anyway, I'll see if I can find it. I'll post it on Instagram. But I have it saved to my phone. The TikTok is saved to my phone because I thought that was so funny. The products aren't the problem. It's the attitude for sure. Um, Whenever public figures actively make bad decisions about how they present themselves, it makes me question what's even worse that they don't show. Yeah, that's also true. Yes, please, you should look it up. You should look up the drag performer. It's so funny. It's so funny. Um, I think it's an American person doing it though, which is fine. But I haven't. Why aren't the British drag queens doing Charlotte Tilbury drag? I'm gonna use the Surratt Noir Lash Tint. Maybe my last Surratt Noir Lash Tint I ever have. Depending on, like, based on how we talked about Surratt earlier in this chat. Charlotte Tilbury presents as a caricature of herself, and for me, that persona is super grating. Yeah, the way she is in interviews is it's just like not it. It's like, but maybe you send someone who's more charismatic and that whenever dupes come up, they can speak on it in a way that doesn't push everyone away. Because I think there is a way to talk about it. Charlotte Tilbury is not doing it with grace. I also think her focus, just kind of like being 100% like anti-dupe, is like so crazy. It's like, is your brand not doing well? Like, what's the problem? Don't watch influencers is my big thing. It's like, if you get bothered when people are like, this feels like a dupe or feels similar to this Charlotte Tilbury product, it's like, stop watching people. Just log off. That's my request, is just to log off. Because a lot of the time, like, people, like, if you have any kind of presence, people are going to talk about you and your products. And you can, unless you're being tagged, you can pretty much actively avoid adversity being said about you in any space. Like there are creators who check beauty guru chatter, and it's like, you don't have to know what those people are saying. You can live your whole life not knowing what those people are saying. If people have real criticisms of you, they're going to take them to your comment section, and if they are too chicken shit to bring it to your comment section, then it's none of your business. And that Charlotte is the same way. It's like, none of your business that people like these dupes. It doesn't matter. Charlotte Tilbury products are for a very specific demographic, and that demographic is not me. Unfortunately, I fear that I am. Unfortunately, I fear that I am the demographic. Whenever I tried her products, a lot of them worked quite well for me. CD is doing drag of herself. And it's true. It's true. Putting some stuff away. Lip products? Anyone? Anyone have a preferred lip product? I'd be down for whatever. I think we stay neutral and not go too cool toned. Also, my look last week. The last time I did a live was very cool toned. So it's nice that we're like landing somewhere softer and in the in between this time. And yes, I am making you watch me clean up on live. That's what everyone came here for, right? Also, I'm realizing I'm very hungry right now. But we're almost done. I'm very hungry. Like, I ate breakfast this morning. And now I'm like, did I eat breakfast this morning? But I did. I had a bagel. It wasn't very satisfying. But I also didn't put anything else on it other than butter. Because that's how I want to eat a bagel. I don't have fancy cream cheeses in my home. Because I don't have to buy more bagels. It's that thing where it's like, I would only eat the cream cheese on the bagels. If I run out of bagels or cream cheese before I have the other thing, then I had to buy the other thing to finish off the other package, and then I had to buy, you know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, you're just crazy. And that's fine. I'll take it. I'm doing drag of myself. I don't think I need to put the rest of it away. I can do that after stream. Okay, lip products. I mean, I don't really want to, like, let's see. We could always do, we could do any Violette FR. We could do any Violette FR. But I'm sure that everyone is sick of me only doing Violette FR lips for myself. Teak is cool tone. It's very gray and ashy, but I can. Here's Teak from Refi. It's right here. Do you still have any pat glosses? I don't. So I think I panned them all. Either that or I panned most of them, and then the last one I had lingering started to be and smell weird. But I think I panned all of my Pat McGrath glosses. I actually really liked them. If there was a product that I would consider to buy from Pat McGrath again, it probably would be the lip glosses, but she got rid of all the colors I liked. My favorite color she made was a shade called Paraphernalia, and it was like this beautiful purple. It was so sparkly. Her sparkly glosses were my favorite sparkly glosses, I think. Well, I like the Mob ones now. Maybe Mob just needs to come out with a color I care about. And I guess they just haven't yet. Well, other than the two that I have. You think Oh, brown. Of course. Do I have brown lipsticks? Yes, I have warmer toned ones too, and I think will work. That I haven't worn in a while. So let me pull out some options. What's the color I'm thinking of that I'm looking for here? Yeah, okay. I've just pulled out so many products. Okay. We'll start with the true browns and we'll work our way over. I have been wearing MH Peach. MH Peach Green. I don't think I know what that is. So, sorry, just I was like, HP. Is that like a brand? Love the PMG lip glosses. Love Angelic and Astral Pink or whatever the pink spray one. That one is really pretty. I think I had that one. Okay, Typo City. I was like, I don't know what this brand is. I've got lost. Um, I don't have any. I have an old lip gloss which I did pull out. This is they didn't come back with the shade when I reformulated. They didn't make the shade. This is Tan Line from the old range. Has anyone heard? Has anyone heard about the new lip glosses? Are they good? Has anyone said? I really like the old formula. Glad I bought one when I did. Pardon me. Um. Okay. So I'm gonna swatch some lipsticks. We have. I'm gonna swatch them and then I'll show you. They're all gonna look exactly the same, and that's so funny to me. But how very me would that be? I'm gonna throw in, forgive me, but I am gonna throw in 2 Violette FR shades as well. They're both like brown based, but they are, oh, I'm swatching 3. Forgive me. They're like all brown reds with different undertones, which everyone loves. Okay. So we have Cimarron from Gucci. This is Rue from Westman Atelier. This is Bewitched from NARS. This is Mon Ami, Mon Chéri from VLFR. And then next to it is Surratt Fumé. And then we also have Chaton Grille, which I have not really surmised how to say in French. I haven't tried, but I've heard it's not a really discernible difference. Okay, that's great to hear because did they smell better? That's the only thing about these. They like kind of smell kind of, yeah. Oh, I also have this if you want to, if we can do a gloss too with a lip liner. But this doesn't really look like anything in a swatch. This one, the last one here is Chaton Grille. Hopefully you can read that. Mon chéri. I mean, that's how I've mostly worn Bewitched whenever I have worn it, but I don't wear it a ton. No, there's not any unifying color here. It's what I'm learning. Mon chéri. Mon chéri. I'm starting to get toasty. Doing a quick blast. Sorry. Shatanya. Shatanya. That makes sense. I like kept looking at it and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, why don't I don't wear Bewitched very often, so let's take this as an opportunity. Let's take this as the opportunity and we'll blot it. We'll do full opacity, we'll do a blot. Actually, I think I have a lip liner that goes really well with it, so I'll pull that out too. You know why I think I'm like starting to sweat? I think it's just because I'm hungry. It doesn't feel like hot in my room, but I am starting to like sweat. Shatanya? Shatanya? I'm sure if I went to anything that VLNFR has ever done, she has pronounced it, and I should just copy the way she pronounces it because it is her brand. I don't know what the word means either. Okay. Gonna blot off my lip balm in my upper lip. Okay, I'm gonna use Cherry Chip from Tracy Cosmetics. This was PR. It needs to be sharpened. Of course it does. Describe a French. Taking a French class was hard, no matter what level it was at. I don't know. I took French in had to take French in college, and I had to take like up to level 2 in French. And my level 2 French teacher was like, you should minor in French. And I said, I barely pass. Like, I was good enough to like pass those early levels, but like I like didn't really understand it. And I think a lot of it had to do with like the gendering of everything, which would be like any of the Romance languages. I think I would suffer a similar affliction. I remember the shade being more brown, but here we are. Do you guys see my my lower lip sweat? Okay. Bewitched. Oh yeah, these don't go together at all. That's okay. I'll just go over the lip liner. Or kind of thinking our own secret third shade. Did Bewitched at full opacity? The sparkly lid shade is Pale Fire from Pat McGrath. It's like a long discontinued shade, I think. Oh no, wait. Pale Fire, I think, exists in one of the I think it exists in one of the motherships now. Someone said that once, and I was like, oh, I think it's in maybe in one of the Divine Roses. Blotted. That's really pretty. That combo is actually really pretty. I was really scared when I started putting it on. I was like, I don't think this is all gonna go. I think in the end, we ended up with something gorgeous. We all agree French is hard. Okay, I'm gonna set my face because I am gonna wear this makeup all day because I'm having dinner with a friend later. And I just wanted to spray something cool on my face. Hi, everyone. It's like autumn. Yeah. I mean, we're not quite there, but we're getting close. What is with it, with like the advertising industry wanting like July to be the end of summer? It's like, it literally just started. Okay. Let's take the hair down. Let's see what crazy things my baby bangs have done now that they've been clipped up. Oh, not too bad. That's it. That's the final look. Ah, well, thank you for everyone for coming out. I hope you all have a fabulous sleep, and if you're in Australia, a fabulous day if you're in the United States, a fabulous evening if you're in the EU or the UK or Europe. That's the word I was looking for. Europe. Um, Thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. Um, and then yeah, next week I'll do this again. So if you want to be here, same time, same place. All right. Bye bye. Goodbye.